Hour 55 minutes. By the way, we were talking baseball. I want to throw something at you real quick.
I'll catch it.
Okay. So what's being lost in the Yankees being mired in mediocrity? It's like they're coming into yesterday's game, they had lost 4 straight series. Yes Network has a graphic that I want to show Peter. Because I think this
You're going to show me a graphic?
I'm going to show you a graphic that I think is just incredible. Because the Yankee offense, we know lately has not been great. But take a look at these 2 players. We call this a blind reveal. If you look at the Yes Network screen, so you see the guy on the left is hitting 309, guy on the right 316. Guy on the left has 4 more home runs, 2 more RBIs. But the guy on the right, 708 slugging percentage and then 214 OPS plus. So can we show who these 2 players are? That would be.
I bet I would. Bryce Harper.
So that's Bryce Harper in
on the
his
left.
National League MVP year 2021, and that's Judge so far through June. So Judge is putting together numbers comparable to what Bryce Harper did in his MVP season 3 years ago. So, again, this is something that I think because the Yankees started off so well, got hot, and then struggled, is being lost. But the type of season this guy's putting together has just been unbelievable. And I do want to give a shout-out to Angel Steve 89 who inspired this graphic. I added some more numbers. But, man, Judge, for the second time in 3 years, is putting together an historic season. And I just want people to, not just let it go to the waste because the Yankees have been struggling.
You really should sit back and appreciate it. The problem is if everyone knows, if we're just stuck with Judge having an immaculate year and everything else falls apart through injury, bad bullpen, whatever it is, you know what the result is.
Yeah, they're gonna get bounced. But that's why. But now the difference is though they have Soto. Right, and Volpe's in year 2, and hopefully you can get Stanton. And it feels like we have this conversation every year: if this, if that, if that.
I do think they'll get Stanton back. By the way,
they'll get Stanton back, and he's rolled in the playoffs.
And I maintain one silver lining that people are missing is
what's that?
At least Stanton was good this year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
He does appear like to be a better version of himself, which maybe you can attribute to the physical changes he made in the offseason. Unfortunately, it didn't prevent him from getting hurt again because here we are on July 1st.
Give him credit. He helped them get to this point, and I think that if he does come back, like I said, with Soto and Volpe and maybe Glaber, who will continue his run from this weekend, this team can still be dangerous. I don't want to count them out just yet. They're still tied for the best record in the American League East.
Yeah, do not give up on the New York Yankees is the theme here. But what a season so far from Aaron Judge, man. It's crazy, dude. Like, you really are looking at magic. And I really hope that we get to enjoy a true postseason run of some sort. Like, what a shame it would be for him to be now, what is this, year 7 or whatever it is, and not get to have a real playoff run.
And that's why, this is so important because you've already wasted some of the prime of, apex Garrett Cole and apex Judge. Think about the last couple of years. You got Garrett Cole winning a Cy Young, Judge winning an MVP. You've got one playoff series win to show for it. Now you add in Soto, who could only be here for 1 year. So this rest of the season is extremely important just when you look at what the landscape could be going forward, man.
And somehow you talked about everything in the offseason, and by the time you get here, you look up, there are a couple injuries, and as Michael said the other day when we were doing the show, I mean, not exactly a murderer's row after cleanup. It really you're like, wait, what is this team?
Wait, let me ask you, though. So once we get to the play, are you still a Yankees fan? You back to being an Orioles fan? How does that work?
No. I never became a Yankee fan. I was forced by a listener to choose a local team.
Okay.
So I went, you know what? I'll go Yankees.
Oh, I mean, you went out on a limb there choosing the Yankees.
By the way, this was, I think, prior to some of the injuries that we knew the Mets were bound to have. Although the Mets have had a fun bounce back. But the truth is, I can't leave the Orioles now. Why would someone try to make me leave now that the Orioles are finally good?
By the way, Jacob, I was asking this same question 6 weeks ago when he tried to abandon the Celtics for the Knicks, but unfortunately, I guess the Knicks didn't win enough playoff games
They did not.
to go on that bandwagon. So now he's able to celebrate this Celtics championship.
Wait, do we have that conversation when you were in your nightly seats at the Knicks playoff game?
I was attending a game. You did not see me waving pom-poms for the Knicks.
Did you? I'm
fully entrenched in my fandom. I'm not wishy-washy.
But you were at a few playoff games.
I was present. So was Brian Windhorst and Tim Bontemps and all that. Are they Knicks fans? You're gonna call them Knicks fans too?
You put yourself right in there with Windhorst.
So it's I don't know.
Butler at sea.
I don't know. I remember you and Don having.
Listen, I had